Thanks for tuning in to August Hayes Highlights. My name is Sarah Wasinger, and I'm the president at the Chamber here in Hayes. And my special guest today is Mariah Legleiter. She is the vice president at the Chamber of actual marketing and communications.
Yep.
So you have a very fun job.
Yep.
You've been here since November, but this is the first time we're seeing you on Hayes Highlights.
I know. It's really fun. I'm excited to be here.
So one thing that I think is really cool is time flies so quickly.
Yes.
So we're actually getting ready to kick off the 2023 community guide and get that to the printers by December. But this was really one of the first projects you worked on last year, wasn't it?
Yes, it was. It was a big project, and I'll be honest, it was a little overwhelming at first because I was a little scared of it. But it ended up being one of the best things that I could have done in my first couple months on the job. I really enjoyed it. I got to stretch my creative muscle a little bit, and I am very much looking forward to putting it together for this year.
Well, with things like the T-Rex at Sternberg Museum, I mean, it's pretty hard to not fall in love with it.
Absolutely.
So one thing that surprised me 3 years ago now when I took over at the Chamber was how many things about Hayes and Ellis County I had no clue about.
Yes.
And the favorite part of this piece is that it really kind of demystifies all the cool things that you can do. So what were some of the things that you discovered your first time with the piece?
There's so many. I really enjoyed getting to know just the details of different things that the businesses in Hayes do, and being able to research those so we can write the paragraphs and kind of put it all together and see, and be able to look into our members more. And like I said, it was a perfect first project for me. Just being able to get to know our members more and get to put all of that stuff together, and it was so much fun. I'm very much looking forward to it.
Now, the Chamber does not do this publication by themselves.
Nope.
We have some very good friends. Do you want to talk about our friends that help us with the project?
Yeah. So Melissa Dixon and Brandon Cooley over at the CVB, the Convention and Visitors Bureau, they helped me a ton on this. Melissa helps us edit it and kind of get the layout and final publication put together. And I honestly could not have done it last year without Brandon because he took most of the pictures in it. That was one thing coming on to this job that I didn't have a lot of experience with was photography, and so he has been amazing to work with just to help me with that. And we got some really cool shots, like the cover, for example. Brandon did that at our beautiful Arc Park that we have, and that was fun learning about that too.
So I know we've done some teasers about what the cover may be, but I think we might have to keep that pretty tightly guarded, so people might just have to wait to see.
Yes.
Is that right?
It will look different than it has. Yeah, I redid the Hayes and Ellis County part, and I'm very much looking forward to showing it to everyone.
So the writing is actually done by you, myself, and Melissa.
Yep.
So if people want to be a part of the 2023 publication, what steps would they need to take to get involved with the project?
Well, the first step is always contacting us, getting a hold of us at hayescc@hayeschamber.com. That's the easiest way. If you need help with artwork, if you need ideas for anything, I'm more than happy to bounce ideas around and kind of get that put together. I think our deadline is November 21st for artwork, and
I think that's accurate.
I think it's on our sheet.
If not, the sign has it corrected on it, so you can check it out there.
Exactly.
So this is one of those special pieces that we work with Northwestern Printers. We are proud to have this publication printed by a local business that is a Chamber member. Talk a little bit about what that means to your family.
So in my family, that means that when I go home at night and I have a question about how something is printed, I can ask my husband because he prints the whole thing. Well, him and several people down at Northwestern Printers, they all have a hand in it. But yeah, I went home and I asked Devin lots of questions. Well, if I design it this way, is that going to work? He's like, well, yeah, I guess we can make it work. And so it's been really interesting being able to have that connection too. That as soon as my design was done, my husband got to bring it to life, which was super kind of cool.
Well, it's kind of neat because you have a Legleiter personal touch from start to finish. So
Yes.
I think that's a big point of pride for your
Yes.
family. So thank you for all the work that you do for that. Now, this is one of those pieces too, because we do have to pay for the printing of it. We circulate 12,000 copies annually. So there are, you do have to pay to participate in it. So I know one thing that we found the most fun and sometimes challenging was how many businesses we can task ourselves to call out in the publication. So I think it's important for people to remember too that we do try our best to share the love as much as possible when we're talking about all of our different Chamber member businesses, which we do limit participation to Chamber members. So
Yes.
if people are not a Chamber member but want to be in the publication, they can come see us.
Yes, absolutely. Just contact us, and we are more than happy to get you all set up.
So speaking of big projects and big events, one thing that is actually coming up before the deadline for the community guide is our education appreciation. You
Yes.
have not done that event yet.
I have not. That's my last big event before I've come full circle and done all the events.
So it's the 34th annual, which is amazing to me to think that this event has been going on for 34 years.
Yeah.
One thing that I love is it's at the Rose Garden Banquet Hall every year. Kim Barnes and her crew always make a beautiful meal, so you're looking forward to that. I know we love our food at the chamber. And we are anticipating having approximately 200 educators there. So you've been a little bit busy in the background kind of getting some things ready. So I know you know the details for the time and location. We've already talked locations, so when should people show up?
It is August 30th at 5 p.m. We're going to have swag bags, giveaways, all kinds of stuff. It's going to be a fun time. I'm busy making the presentation for it and just putting all the thank yous together, and I really like it, and I'm very much looking forward to it as a chance to give back to the educators in our community. And I know they play a big role in my daughter's life, and so it's just a fun way to be able to say thank you.
Well, I have it under good authority that there's going to be some pretty substantial drawings. I think there's going to be 3 $500 cash drawings, and good authority has told me that someone's actually going to walk away with $1,000 in cash that night.
Whew. So it's something you definitely
Yes.
don't want to miss.
And there's going to be chamber checks, like you said, swag bags. So I can't think of a more fun way to say thank you to our area's educators. They do such a good job, like you said, making a big difference in the lives of our young people. So if they have questions about that event, what's our phone number one more time?
628-8201.
Beautiful. Okay. Well, Mariah, I have to say, I am so excited to see what the 2023 community guide looks like.
I'm excited to show people.
And I'm excited to think, and it's crazy to think actually that you've almost been here for a year.
I know.
But we very much love having you be a part of the
thank
team
you.
and look forward to all the great things you're going to accomplish in the future.
Thanks. I'm excited.
Well, before we hit the road, make sure that you check out all of our websites at hayeschamber.com, visit hays.com, and downtownhays.com. Thanks for joining us for Hays Highlights for August. This has been Sarah Wasinger and Mariah Legleiter at the Chamber in Hays.